back. It has been 1 week since you saw us last, and it's just me. That's right. It's a nighttime Just Judah episode. Welcome back to the Barely Cool podcast.
Can you tell by my walk? Can you hear my talk? Barely cool, barely cool, barely cool, barely cool. Can't you see in my eyes that you come as no surprise? Barely cool, barely cool, barely cool. The barely cool, the barely, barely cool. The barely cool, the barely, barely cool. The barely cool, the barely, barely cool. The barely cool, oh yeah.
Seriously, welcome back. Now, it is currently late. It's not that late, but I'm tired. I'm a little sleepy. And I am here recording alone. Ben's a little busy, so I thought, you know what? No big deal. I will make it work. I'll make it work for the audience and the people at home. Now, here's the deal. I have on the television set here, which is off cam just behind you guys, I've got a man playing The Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass speedrun. Okay, how am I doing? Sorry. Just checking the audio. I feel like it's been forever since I've done this. Oh, boy. No. For reals, though, you guys. What the flip is this guy doing? Is that the fastest method? Is jumping? Interesting. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I played a lot of Phantom Hourglass. Phantom. I played a lot of Phantom Hourglass when I was a kid. It was a game that I loved for the Nintendo DS. I had a Nintendo DS. I had a white Nintendo DS. And I played Phantom Hourglass on it all the time. But it used to drive me bonkers, bananas, crazy. There's a couple puzzles in there that are just really difficult as a kid. We were just talking about this on the podcast, the other episode or whatever, but it's tough. It's tough in some parts. Excuse my yawns. Gosh, that's disgusting. My yawns. So gross. What was I gonna say? Oh no. Oh, no headphones today. So I'm eyeballing it just based on the signal. I turned it up a little bit. Not a very strong signal, but I've heard that's actually pretty good. You need to do a lot of editing in the end. You don't want to overblow it. You overdo it. You don't want to be blown out. You don't want to blow anyone out, is what I'm trying to say. Anywho, I'm just on the couch. I feel like, I've got nothing to talk about, which those are the best ones. Those are the best episodes for sure. I've been busy. Keeping up with life. Ben's busy. He's busy doing his own thing. We're fighting. If I'm being honest with you guys, we're fighting, and you guys deserve to know. He didn't want to say anything, but I don't know. I feel like you guys needed to know what was going on between us, because it's nothing crazy. It's just there's just kind of some tension, and he wants more money from the podcast, but with the contract he signed, it's ultimately, I think that 30% is fair, because back when he was signing the contract, he was just showing up to record, and I was doing the, all the audio editing way back in the day, but, now that he actually does the video editing, he's been getting a little bit, how do you say, he's been getting a little fresh. He's been getting a little fresh, going, well, I think I deserve, at least 50%. But I'm like, dude, like, it's not about the money. It's about the fans first and foremost. It's about just like, it's about giving back to the fans. And so it's not really like, at the end of the day, do you really need to look at the contract again? But it's fine. I don't want to air stuff out on the podcast. It's whatever. Ultimately, I'm sure it'll work itself out. I'll keep doing the solo episodes, when I need to. Just when Ben's feeling a little bit, upset about how things are going on the podcast, and that's his right. That's more than fine. Sorry. I'll stop talking about it. It's late. I'm a little stuffed up. I think because it's late. It's also very humid in our apartment. It's warm out. It's very warm out, and because of that, the apartment just gets quite damp. Gets a little bit damp. Gets a little bit humid, and I was looking at getting a dehumidifier. Those things are freaking expensive, pricey. They're giving those things out on the freaking Price is Right, I bet. And I would be wrong about the price. Not so wrong as my wife, who thought that they cost $60. I thought closer to maybe $150. And I'm seeing them, it's hard to find one for $150 even. I'm seeing like $200. It's a chunk of change. It's a chunk of money. But our apartment, I got one of those little readers. It says the humidity level. I don't know how accurate it is. I think it's pretty accurate. I would hope it isn't, because it is. It's quite damp in here, and it's like 64% humidity, which for an apartment is a lot. That you don't want that. Like, I think mold can start around 50, but like 70's prime time, so we're getting close. I don't like that. I don't want mold in the apartment at all. I want clean apartment. So anyway, gotta get a dehumidifier. We haven't had one before, but we've also had mold on stuff, which is annoying, and I don't like it. We had to clean the friggin' mold, and then you feel gross. You feel dirty. You feel like, oh, why is our apartment like this? We're not dirty people, I swear. But, yeah, just a little bit upsetting seeing the humidity and then learning all of this information that I didn't used to know. I didn't used to know what the mold humidity levels were. I was like, oh, life's good. I'm not checking this leather jacket in my closet, all the time. It's probably fine. And then one day I go to get it out. What the heck is this? Gotta clean the friggin' thing, sanitize it. Oh my gosh. And mold's no joke. It'll frick with you. It's not good for your health. I mean, obviously there's worse types of mold. That's something I never understood. Why is this like, it might be like the dumbest take in the world. It's like dumb brain stuff, but like, some mold will kill you. It's just not good at all. But like, we eat certain mold is fine. And how did we, okay, it's not that, I don't want to be that guy who's like, I'll actually figure that out. But like, also, how did we figure that out? Was it just like we were just letting people drop like flies, and then, you figure out, well, this mold didn't this mold on the cheese. I gave it a nibble, even though it looks alien. It's blue, but I guess I'll try it. Oh, that's quite scrumdiddly. And then, you're like, well, maybe this stuff is actually pretty tasty. Let me lick the, the grout on my shower. And, oh, you're dead. I mean, you won't die that quick, but I think it's, like, really not good for you to breathe and stuff. I don't really know. But, like, okay, so then, wait, let me keep this train of thought going. Oh, boy. Guys, I swear this isn't normal. This never happens to me. You're eating your blue cheese, just chock full of specific mold. When you're fermenting stuff, sometimes there's mold, and you're just like, oh, let me just scoop that off. That's fine. Scoop that off, skim it off the top, and that's okay. But, your block of cheddar cheese starts getting a little blue fuzzies. And you're like, oh, no bueno. No bueno for this. Bread? Nope. None of that. I haven't had mold on bread. Like, I haven't had bread mold in ages. I guess I'm just the king of eating bread in a timely manner. I love eating bread in a timely manner. Like, I definitely, cheese will get a little bit. Are you guys like, I know you're not opposed to, but you guys like cut around it on the cheese? If it's like a hard cheese, like a cheddar? What do you guys think? You guys do that? Parmesan just seems to never get moldy. Ever. Maybe that's anecdotal evidence. I've just, I don't see it. I don't know. I don't really get it. And then, some mold is just, well, never in a million years. You're not cutting around the bread. I think it's like I'm sure it's a learned thing. Maybe like one day my parents did that, and I was like, what? And they're like, no, it's fine. But never did it with bread. As soon as it, well, did we? I'm trying to think. Maybe we... Were we ever you just throw that slice out if the other slices look okay? I don't think so. Because I don't know. Like, the whole thing is like, okay, once you can see mold visibly, mold has already been there for a little bit. Because, like, it usually is like, there's little bits of it, like spores, that you can't see. And, like, bread especially, because it's, like, it's not dense. So it'll, you might throw away that one piece, but, like, you'll probably have another moldy piece tomorrow, and you might have eaten one. But, yeah, I don't really know how that works. To certain things, I have no issue. I'm like, I'll just chop it off. But, like, I had an onion today, and like the top of it was starting to get a little fuzzy, and no part of me was like, oh, let me just cut that off and I'll eat the other bits. Never once would do that. That sounds insane to me. I don't know. I think it's really just cheese. Cheese is like acceptable to have a wee bit, I guess. Because maybe it's like my brain is just like, well, some cheese comes moldy. You pay for the mold. No, that can't be. That can't be how my brain works. That would be stupido. Muy stupido. But yeah. So anyway, you guys, how's your day going? Tell me about it while I sip some water. I think podcasting is the hardest job imaginable. And, sometimes people say that about, YouTube. Oh, guys, this never happens, I swear. Sometimes people say that about YouTube. Sometimes I watch a lot of Twitch. You guys familiar with Twitch? That little video game site. I watch a lot of, I don't watch a lot of Twitch. I watch a lot of, maybe the nerdiest thing possible. I watch a lot of Twitch VODs that have been recorded and then posted to YouTube. Because the times that I'm consuming content, no one's ever actually live. Where was I going with this? Oh, yeah, sometimes people make the joke Twitch streaming is the hardest job. And I have to say, it cannot be any harder than podcasting. In fact, I know that it isn't, because you have a chat. Now, you might be saying, well, what if you're just starting out? You don't really have a chat. And to that I say, don't say that, because that ruins what I'm trying to say. When you podcast, it's just you. You're just hanging out alone. Sometimes with a friend. Sometimes Ben's here when he's not super mad at me. But a lot of the times, it's just you against the world. When you're a small Canadian podcast that's just kind of starting out. And that really is what we are. We're like a small Canadian podcast that's just sort of starting out. We haven't really got our foot in yet, foot in the door, or our footing. People are still kind of catching on to the Barely Cool wave, and I can tell, we're gonna blow up any day now, and that's cool. That's awesome. But yeah, gosh, it sure is. It sure is, a little bit difficile, as they say in the French. Because, you got nothing to bounce off of. I'm sitting here alone. My wife's asleep, hopefully. Hopefully I'm not keeping her up with this garbage. And, you get a mic and a camera, and you go, well, figure it out, dummy, figure it out, stupid, figure out how to entertain people. And you think, well, surely you'd be good at it by now. You've been doing it for 6 dang whole years. And yet, you're not. You're not good at it. In fact, you're pretty bad at it. And you're not that funny. But that's okay, because you have this cool speedrun of Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass. And holy flip, that was actually really impressive what he did there. That's crazy. I don't even know where he's at. I don't know any of this stuff. It looks like his next time slot is getting bombs as items. So he's in the wind level or whatever, where the wind keeps pushing you, and there's these little guys under the sand. Gosh, if he didn't just outrun them. They're on the ground. But yeah, podcasting, it's a hard game out there. Obviously I'm being hyperbolic for the humor, but I don't think anyone's found this funny. And that's okay. That's okay. We don't do this for the audience. It's all about the audience. It's all about the content, all about the audience. But I will say this, if I'm being honest. I know people who've started podcasts. I know people who've given it a go. And it is, People do it for a bit. I know people who have advertised a podcast with and then it just stops happening, and I'm not casting any judgment. It's hard. I sound insane. I sound like I'm like genuinely trying to tell you how hard podcasting is, but like it kind of is. Okay, especially if you do it with someone else, because you have to schedule it and you have to find the time, and like I said, sometimes your co-host gets really mad at you because you don't want to pay them. And what the heck is that about? No, but podcasts that I've loved have come and gone. I was a big fan of the Always Sunny podcast. That was a great one. Gone. That's not happening anymore. Friends of the show. We got No Pressure. Is that what it's called? Am I forgetting the name of that podcast? No, it was. There's No Pressure Pod. I think. It's been so long. I gotta search it up. I'm gonna be so embarrassed if I got that wrong. Give me a second. I got dehumidifiers open. Trying to figure it out. Type in like a 90-year-old man. Unsupported browser. Okay, awesome. No pressure. No, that's not right. That is what it was called, right? Come on. Oh, geez. Give me a sec. Okay. Oh, wait. Wait. Come on. What was am I a bad friend? Probably. Oh, gosh. There's a lot of podcasts called No Pressure, and I'm not seeing the one that I thought it was. Frick. Oh, jeez. Okay, wait. I gotta go to my own podcast. Go to my own freaking podcast. And then scroll down to when we did our movie episodes. That was ages ago. Where the heck is it? Yeah, No Pressure. Okay, gosh. All that friggin' work just to confirm what I already knew. I knew so confidently. Yeah, they don't do their podcast anymore, which is sad because I liked that one. That one was fun. It felt like people who got the vibe in a way, like podcasting is silly and stupid, and you're just hanging out with a friend a lot of the time, and that's really all that you need. Yeah, I don't know. I think that like it is hard to be consistent with a podcast because, like, especially if you're doing weekly, and I think a lot of people, put work into thinking about, what would the podcast be, or what are we going to name ourselves, but actually, like, keeping up with it week to week is tough. Like, I'm here on a frickin' Tuesday. It's Tuesday, and just kind of got to get it done. Ben's not here, and podcast still has to come out. We miss. Gosh, we've been late like a couple times, I think. But like I think we've missed 1 week ever, and that was like Christmas. Sometimes they're short, like you'll just throw in a little one, like just to make sure you did one. But like, I don't know, it's something I'm like proud of in a way, which is kind of crazy to say. Maybe it's embarrassing. I'm proud of this podcast that I do with my friend. I do constantly. I love telling people about it, because still people are finding out about it. For such a long time, I was very like, I don't want people to hear about this if I know them in my real life. But now it's kind of like, you know, whatever. It's been going on so long, you're going to find it eventually, I think. But it is very funny to tell people about it, because they hear about it and they're like, wow, is that new? Well, not really. Get a lot of listens? Oh. No. We have a couple episodes that have done very well on YouTube. But we're definitely not how you say, crushing it. But it is, you know, I always talk about this. I don't know why I'm getting so like sentimental talking about this podcast, but like it really is like a video diary of our lives, and like documenting where we're at. And like for right now, you might be thinking, well, what are you documenting here, idiot? There's nothing. You're not offering anything. And to that, I would say, yeah, I guess you're right. In this part of my life, well, maybe let's freaking go. Let's freaking document it. In this part of my life, I am quite busy, working, tattooing. It's interesting because I'm tattooing in beautiful Newmarket, and I've never tattooed really consistently before. When I was working downtown, it was like, you know, I had to drive downtown if I was working the doy. So I really would only like go into the shop if I had a designated appointment booked. Whereas now I'm kind of at the shop like a consistent schedule. I'm kind of there the same time every week, and it's just different. I don't really have as much time at home, which I think is good. But you know, stuff gets busy, and all of a sudden you still got to do the same amount of stuff, but you're still just as busy, if not, well, definitely more busy. So yeah, it's interesting. It's an interesting stage of my little life here. But it's good. I've been trying to keep busy, and things have been so crazy at the beginning of the year that now that I'm like a little bit more stable, it's a good feeling. It's just more. It just takes a little bit more out of you. It's an adjustment for sure. I'm not as busy as I probably could be. Like, I'll never be as busy as Ben. Gosh, that guy, like, with how much he works in school and all that, like, he's so, like, like, as soon as I start getting genuine, I have to turn into a bit. I was just gonna, like, put on my ironic voice. Like, so incredible. Gosh, it's incredible to know him. But, like, it is. He's a good guy. He's very, he works hard for the people in his life, and proud of him. He makes time for this stupid thing, normally. Not all the time. Not all the time does he make time for this podcast. Sometimes, you know, sometimes he just gets a wee bit too busy. Fair enough, I guess. No, it is fair. I don't care. I don't even freaking care. What the heck did this guy find? Oh, it's the frog thing. Yeah, I don't know. Life's very good. It is busy and it's hard at times. But it's also like, what else would I be doing? Like, I've found myself, I'm spending less time just rotting on the couch. And I'm putting more into my creative endeavors. In a way that I'd kind of let myself slip on. Yeah. It's interesting. It's very wild. Everyone's at very different stages of their lives, but you find time, and I think that's the beautiful thing of life, is when you can find that time together and make it work even when things are really busy. And you can do this stupid little podcast. No, I don't know. I have this fear of like being too genuine on here, but like, life is beautiful. It's beautiful to be alive. It's beautiful to get to enjoy the life we live, even when it's freaking tough. It's still pretty nice. Yeah, it's I think that, you know, I've kind of hit a point where it's like, obviously there's stuff to look forward to and there's stuff to aspire to, but I also think that like contentedness is something to seek for. I guess I can be genuine. No one's turned this off a million years ago anyway. But yeah, like just being happy with life is so valuable. Enjoying like what you genuinely have, and like not having to seek just more. Like, I don't know. I love buying stuff. I love consuming stuff. But I've also like realized sort of the futility of that in a way. And like, you're always going to want stuff. You're always going to want more and more stuff. And like, you know, I get it. And obviously it's different. Like, you know, I came to terms like a while ago, if I'm talking about like a clothing, right? Like you know, why are we buying clothes new when there's so many clothes out there? So many clothes, so many articles of clothing that you can, you know, find thrifted, and like, I think that's fun. But even that, like, I was, you know, going to thrift shops and just like leaving with something every time when it's like, I don't need anything, you know? Now I just, you know, I got some items that I'm like, I want to actually look for, and if I can find them, great. But if I can't, then that's okay too. And I'll just still enjoy life. And I don't know. I don't really understand, like, right now, people are talking about Labubu's. They're kind of off. Like, this trend is already dying, and I feel like it's been like, you know, maybe a couple weeks. Like, I think the first time I saw it was one of my tattoo friends who was tattooing one of them, and I was like, what the heck is that? And then all of a sudden I started seeing them everywhere. And this idea of like, you know, the blind box unboxing of things is quite popular now, in a way that like I feel like it was kind of only really popular for nerds. Like, I used to watch a lot of like blind unboxing stuff on YouTube of like, you know, Pokemon stuff or or whatever. But yeah, it seems to be like a really big deal. Like I feel like, last year, like the Sunny Angel thing was big, and now it's like Labubu's, which I haven't, like, I don't know, maybe this is like the sign of like getting older, but I'm like, I don't know what it is. I think it's just a thing. Like, I don't think it's connected to anything. I don't think it's connected to like a brand, as far as I'm aware. Like, I know you get them at like Pop Mart, and that's just like a blind box store, but is it like a Pop Mart exclusive? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know, and I can't. Again, this is like boomer, I'm becoming old take, but like what is it for? Like, I don't know. And I'm not trying to criticize, because like there's things that I've participated in where I'm like, I need this, and then as soon as I buy it, you get the rush, and then you're like, okay, and that's just kind of it. But I'm like, how do you not feel that within like 20 minutes of getting a Labubu, where you're like, wow, this is the one I wanted, and you like clip it onto your bag or whatever, and then you just look at it and you're like, okay. I don't know. I don't really get it, but that's okay. It's not for me. But I also think that if you're listening to this still, I also think that you have things to find in life that are meaningful. I think there's a lot of meaning to be found in the mundane, and to just enjoy, a walk in the world around you. Like, I've even like, and maybe this is crazy. Maybe this is like, because I could see how you would think it of this perspective, but like with like travel, like I've become kind of not disenfranchised with travel. I like the idea of travel, and I like the idea of experiencing things, and like, exploring cultures and going to new places. Like, and I would love to like say one day that I've been to every province and territory. I just think that's neat. I guess I could say that now. I don't have to do it. But it's like, like what I like the life that I lead, and like I want to like plug into the community around me and enjoy the community around me, enjoy the world. Crisis never happens, I'm so sorry. Enjoy the world around me and just like celebrate that. I don't know. I just think it's a wonderful thing to be alive, and walking to go get a cup of coffee is like such a small but nice thing you can do. And you chat with people along the way, and you tip the barista, and you maybe make some small talk, and just kind of like, you find those moments. Like, obviously you got to work and whatever. Not everyone has a job they love, and some people you just gotta work and make the money. But even that, it's like, you find those moments to enjoy what it is you do, even if it's just like, a 5-minute goof and gaff at the water cooler. Is that still a thing that people do? I don't know. I've never worked in an office, really, in that way. But, I'm never like worked in an accounting office or something like that. Oh. Guys, I'm so sorry. This never normally happens. I'm getting so sleepy. Oh, we have so much time left on this podcast. Not actually. It's not that much time. It's like 10 minutes. It's kind of been flying, actually. Time freaking flies when you're having fun. I should have done something. I should have planned something instead of, like, what have I talked about? I talked about dehumidifiers for like 5 minutes, I think. Why would I do that? I could have like done like a you laugh, you lose challenge or something. But then, I mean, then I'd have to film. I'd have to record what it is I'm watching. And that's just a whole bunch of time. That's just a whole bunch of time. That's just a lot of work. A lot of baloney. When instead you could be not doing that. And you could be doing this. Hanging out with me. Hanging out just as friends. Sitting on the couch. Watching this guy absolutely kill the Temple of Time. I think that's what this temple is. Guys, for those of you Nelda heads, the people who've never know Zelda, as we call them in the community, for those of you Neldas out there, the Phantom Hourglass has a, I think, kind of neat mechanic. I mean, like, it gets a lot of criticism, but, you know, so does Majora's Mask, in a way. But, basically, sorry, never happens. Basically, you this temple that you keep entering and attending, called the Temple of Time, I believe. And while you're in it, you have this hourglass, which slowly takes down the time of how long you can be in there. And as you do other temples and other dungeons and other puzzles throughout the game, it allows you more time in the Temple of Time so that you can unlock more and more of it, try new puzzles and such, and unlock more. And it used to drive me crazy as a kid. It used to be, so frustrating because, you only have so much time and you gotta, like, learn the puzzle if you don't know it. Like, this guy, obviously, he's crushing it. It's a speed run, for gosh darn sakes. He's doing 100% of the game right now. And so he knows exactly where to go, but yeah, I mean, it's impressive to watch this guy just fly through this. Speedrunning's cool. Maybe that's probably a very uncommon take, but I think speedrunning is cool. I'm going to tie back into the genuine conversation from earlier. I think if you can find something that you love, like this guy clearly loves The Legend of Zelda, Phantom Hourglass. I don't know if he loves all of them. Clearly loves this one, because I believe this video is like 5.5 hours long for him to, live stream himself playing this game to 100% completion as fast as possible. Whatever happens. And, like, he knows exactly what to do in each part. Like, that takes a lot of dedication. That takes a lot of time and a lot of love. And I think that that's something impressive. I think it's something that's cool and something worth commending. You could make the boomer argument of, like, well, what if you use that time to learn how to play an instrument? And that's fair, but it's also like, you you get to play an instrument. You get to try something new, I guess. Or you could just do something else. Like, I get it, like, okay, I don't know where this idea of, like, you know, certain activities have more merit than others because they have an audience, or they, you know, like, I guess it's creative. That's where it is. It's like you're creating something new. Whereas, like, in this, you're not. But I don't know. It's still, like, it brings enjoyment. It's still fun. It's interesting. It's a new way to interface with something. Gives you new appreciation. Well, like, when I played this game, you know, I wasn't playing it like this, and I'm watching this guy just friggin' fly through it, and, like, I think that's beautiful. Like, I don't know, there was, like, this person who was making coffee on TikTok, and, like, the way they were making coffee was so precise, and they were so passionate about it, and, like, to the point where people, you know, like, I think people who don't have passion for things, they try and downplay people's passions for life, but, like, you know, so you get people in the comments like, oh, it's not that deep, it's just coffee. It's like, okay, like, what do you care about? I don't know, like, what do you spend your time doing? Because you're just here, like, commenting, and, like, you don't have to love coffee or whatever as much as that person does, but, like, I don't know, find the joys in life. You only get one. You know, life is a gift, all aspects of it. And, like, it's not easy to live that out in practice, I think, but it is a gift. And even the hard times are part of the gift of what it means to experience life. Like Stephen Colbert, I think, talks about that, of, like, you know, even the horrors and the loss. Now, you could make the argument that's, like, a privileged take, but I do think, like, even sadness is a gift. Oh, now I'm Adrian Lenker posting. But yeah, to experience life is a gift, and obviously, you know, there's a spectrum to that. Some people go through horrible atrocities, but this is also a comedy podcast. So, you know, what do you want from me? You want me to talk about that? You want me to really get deep? Because then the remaining one listener of this will turn off. So no thanks. I'm going to be talking about how life is beautiful and worth living, and it's a wonderful thing, and we all get to participate in it together. Okay? Obviously, there's bad stuff, too. That stuff sucks. But it is a beautiful thing to be alive. Go walk and get a cup of coffee. Or head to your local pawn shop, you know, Hawk Shop maybe, and find yourself a Nintendo DS in working condition. Maybe you'll find a copy of Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass, and maybe you'll try and maybe you'll try and play the game like this guy does, and try and beat the 100% record of 5.5 hours, which I believe is the record. But, like, even, like, yeah, he's got all these stats, these strats, Stratocasters. He's got all these strats that I never would have guessed. Like, you're in a boat in the game. For those of you who don't know, you're in a boat, and I guess it's faster to navigate the world while jumping, which is interesting. I never would have guessed that, but it must be, because he's doing it. Or maybe it's this. It could be the same speed, but it's just like a fun kind of silly mechanic to do. Because I know people who, like, in the speedrunning community, where that's kind of like a thing where it's like, you know, you have fun while engaging with the game. as long as you're not affecting your speed. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to call this episode. I don't know how to make it interesting for those of you who feel like it's... I don't know how to make it feel like it's worth a click. You know, sometimes we lean into the clickbait, but this is... If there's anything to take away, it really is just that life is a gift, and it's a beautiful thing to be able to document that with my best friend Ben, and enjoy the little things in life. And I am very content in life, even amidst the craziness and the busyness. And I just hope that you guys can enjoy life as well, and enjoy what it has to offer, and enjoy the mundanity. You know, how, well, like, there's that, how strange it is to be anything at all, how strange it is to exist at all in this moment. You know, you're folding laundry. How wild is that? That's weird. That's a weird thing that we experience and do, is fold laundry. Like, really just stop and think about, like, every aspect of your life and how insane it is, or it would be, to someone like 1,000 years ago. Just like, you can walk and grab a coffee. And obviously I'm not saying everything's perfect. You know, there's a lot of room to improve. But man, there's a lot of good. There's a lot of good, and I hope you can appreciate that in your own life, and hopefully not, you know, straw man it where you're like, well, I'm straw manning right now, but you're like, well, actually, my life's really hard. There's not a lot to enjoy. Okay. I hope you can, though. I hope you can enjoy life. Go sit outside in the sun. Well, it's raining. Okay, well, sit inside and enjoy the sound of the rain on the glass. How's that? Well, wow, what an episode. Worth it? I hope so. I hope this made you think a little bit, or even just helped you to enjoy the life you live a little bit, and hope you keep coming back. Ben will be back next week, and yeah, I don't know. I really just love this idea of, like, walking to go get a coffee. You know, even if you have to do a little driving to start the walk, go grab a coffee and go for a walk, or go, you know, just enjoy nature. Even if it is raining, who the frig cares? Get a little wet. Get a little wet from the Barely Cool Boys. Or that's our message. That's the message from the Barely Cool Boys. Frig it, whatever. Get a little wet from the Barely Cool Boys. What are you thinking? Whoopsies.